Y'all see the star. You don't see the stars. You can't see the stars on the phone. It's beautiful out here. You know, they used to, I heard back in the day in slavery, we would get locked up for looking in the sky. I don't know how true that is, though. But I know I learned a lot from looking in the sky, though. Like, it's like magic. It's like real magic happens when you look in the sky. Oh, I mean, no mother, so bad. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. It's beautiful out here. Sacrificial case, yeah. In the first place, yeah. I started praying to God, but now I'm screaming to God. Oh, it's getting to the point where I'm praying and then I'm blaming God, yeah. Oh, now I'm arguing with God, doing more than arguing with God, asking God why. Then they hate me, God, yeah. The devil is the author of confusion, for it's not even amusing, yeah. It's alright. But yeah, man. I don't know, y'all. Outside of the human tactics, this experience was pretty good. It brought the best out of me. It brought the greatest out of me. I feel like I can go above and beyond. I feel like I can go above and beyond. It's amazing to be able to do so much in one spot. It's amazing to be able to learn so much in the depths of solitude. You're gonna definitely be on the defense. You're gonna be on the defense. Ain't no damn way you ain't gonna be on the defense. But it's well deserved, considering what you're gonna learn through the obstacles, the transition, the remodification of your position. Going through them moments is tragically beautiful. It really is. Sometimes God like to test us, you know what I mean? I know he tests me a lot. He tests me a lot with my attitude. Man, I done came a long way. It still ain't good enough, though. It could be better, it's gonna get better. We gonna be better. We gonna get better. Just to take in so much pain, so much hardship, and turn it into something beautiful. Alone, amaze myself. Because I ain't think it was possible. I was like, this is impossible. There's no way, you know? Have anybody ever done it before? I'm sure they have. I know Big Brother Jesus did it. But hell, look at the outcome. Well, you know, that was part of the plan. I feel for my brother Jesus, man. You know, when God told me I was going to have a happy ending, I wanted to refuse the happy ending because I felt like it wasn't fair to Jesus. But somehow I feel like Jesus was stripped from his happy ending. Jesus was the blueprint. Jesus was the manuscript for all of us to get paradise on earth. They killed Jesus before he could finish explaining to us on how to live on earth. Then they just taught us what they wanted to teach us. Really, they didn't. They taught us everything he taught them because they emulated him. But the problem was he couldn't finish the simulation. The key was to let him finish the simulation so we could understand how we could take the temptation within the simulation. Because somehow, even though he had them 12 disciples, somehow it was supposed to be impossible for him to be able to finish the simulation, but he was going through it with a breeze. He was going through it with ease. He went through it with no stress at all. Wow. I couldn't even bear myself to hang such a person, y'all. I wouldn't even thought about throwing a rock at him. I wouldn't even want to touch the dude. I wouldn't have wanted to touch Jesus. Jesus was absolutely magnificent. He came to a place when he talked to Mary, which some say his girlfriend. He came to a place, you could tell he'd been alone for so long. You could tell he didn't have a woman, really. And he had rolled down that road for so long. All he needed was God to be strong. And it was almost like, when Mary did come around, he was like, hey, man, go on. Let go. I think the next step to that elevation would have been, how can I stay 100% with God and have this, situation like this? Because he was left alone for so long, he had already built a relationship with God that was so strong that he felt like anybody would have thrown him off. But I don't know that. I don't know that. I'm proud of my brother Jesus, though. Overly proud of him. And you know what? It took me to go through this before I could realize how proud I really am of my big brother Jesus. I don't know how they could have hung somebody such beauty like that. It was running from change, bro. Running from change. Running, bro. Skedaddling. Get out of here. Scared of change, man. Scared of change. When my life get bad, y'all, Jesus is the one person I could think about that I know his life was a lot harder. There's no words you can say to God and Jesus. There's no words. It's nothing. You know how much he had to give up just to get here, like me. Wouldn't nobody respected me if I didn't give up everything. So first, not only did he have to give up, that's why I said I gotta apologize, because Jesus probably went his whole life without having what he wanted, without getting to embrace what he wanted, without getting to enjoy what he wanted. I mean, I don't know. Some say he got married, had kids. I don't know about all that. But the story that we was told, it was basically like he was alone. Just imagine being alone for that long. And of course he was in a bottle. These bottles was out back then. By now they probably got all type of bottles, Coca-Cola bottle, Pepsi bottles. Put a angel in a bottle is nothing. It's like he finally, it's like my brother knew he was in a bottle. And it's like when he went on his knees and he sweat blood, asking God to take it away from him, take the death away from him, take the fact that he was going to get sacrificed. Because the Father already told him he was going to be sacrificed. I know God. When God put me on this mission, when I was still in heaven coming to earth, I said, he showed me, he gave me this manuscript. I said, wait a minute, this is Jesus' story. You mean to tell me I got to go right back down there and die again? He was like, God was like, go ask your grandpa. I went and asked my grandpa. I said, Grandpa, do I got to go back down there? He was like, yeah, because you never reached the destination. You got to go back. You didn't make it to your destination. You have to go back. So just imagine the Father, when God tell you something, it's finna come true. It's coming true. Just imagine God telling you, son, you know I love you. Ain't no telling how that prayer went. Ain't no telling how that conversation went. But just imagine God telling you, but they gonna kill you. And then God gonna go in detail on how they gonna kill you. And how much of that you gotta live through. Because if I ain't mistaken, Jesus lived all the way up to the point where they stuck him with the dagger. So he had to get up there and he had to get nailed on that cross. He had to be nailed on the cross. Then he had to sit up there. Ain't no telling how long he sat up there. They said he was so powerful. They said he was so powerful he wouldn't die. That's what I heard. I don't think that part in the Bible. But they said he was so powerful he wouldn't die, so they had to stick him with the spear. So he's up there torching. The other two guys done probably died. The other two guys done died. And they finally stuck him. And then my brother died. Not having a lover by his side, not getting to enjoy a life, a family. He did, to this day, every religion knows about Christianity. I don't know about y'all, but even the dumbest of the dumbest wouldn't be able to manage life without knowing the basic instruction of Jesus Christ. So you mean to tell me somebody come here and do that much good for the world? Think about it. Let's just sit here for a second. Take the Bible away. It'll be total chaos. Look at the book. Look at that movie, Eli. I think it's called Eli. One Denzel Washington made. They were going crazy for that Bible. And when they found out that it was a blind man's book, they still was going crazy for that Bible. That Bible is the instruction manual, is the guidelines that keep us from slaughtering each other, that keep us from hurting each other, torturing one another. Yeah, we do that to each other, but we don't do it. Like I said, take that Bible away. You wouldn't have the kahunas to go buy no nice car. You wouldn't have the kahunas to go buy no nice house. So all I'm saying is, what would provoke these people to actually hang a man that brought peace to the whole world to that degree. Our Father is a merciful God. He forgive us in ways we couldn't imagine. And tonight is a good example, because they were finna crucify me just for talking to somebody on a text message. I think that's what God wanted us all to see tonight. How lenient are we with one another? How much do we help each other? How much? How far will we go with one another before we stab each other? Man. But yeah, every time I get in my worstest part of my life, I have to think about big brother Jesus Christ. Because Jesus knew all this. He knew the power he had. If I ain't mistaken, I think God even told him, you ain't got to get up there. I don't know though. I don't know. But I don't know. But I would like to guess that he could have just stopped there and lived life, but what we would have did if he did that? It would have called Jesus Christ a lie. We would have told him he'd tell lies. None of that stuff was true. So he would have had to die, come back 3 days later, and do all this miraculous stuff. He would have had to finish that out. Man, I'm glad God gave him so much power, because he got superpower. He definitely made Goku and Vegeta look like some kindergarten students. Because, y'all, we need that Bible. We need that Bible. No matter how many of us want to deny it, no matter how many organizations we build up against it, without that Bible, we wouldn't even be able to get out of our house and get in our car without getting slaughtered. We all quote that Bible. We all quote it every now and again. I done heard even atheists. You get an atheist down on the knee, and it's time for him to get up out of here, and you got a gun to his head. Oh, you better believe he finna pray to God. You might well say, them are atheists be in the movies and say, I ain't never prayed for in my life. And then they'll tell them, well, this is a good time to start the day. And what they do? Start praying. And then miraculous things happen. That lets you know right there. We all need God, bro. We all need Jesus. We all do. We all do, y'all. Me personally, I would have looked at I would have thought that people would have looked at the text message and seen how friendly it was, and would have observed and said, wow, this is a good ass conversation. But I was finna get crucified. Finna get crucified, put him on the cross. Wow. We gotta thank God for Jesus Christ, y'all. We gotta thank God for Jesus Christ. So let's make sure we all pray and meditate tonight. And pray and meditate for better days and better nights for us all. Because if we didn't have such a merciful God, we all would fall. Every last one of us. Because I know in this mechanical mechanism, God showed me, he opened up doorways inside of me. And then the gift he gave me to be able to show somebody else and crank them up in 30 to 45 minutes, absolutely amazing. And you know what? The person that I woke up was on all kind of drugs. I told y'all that I did a lecture about it. I said I woke up somebody on drugs. I know what you're saying. Well, you know certain drugs, you love it. No, I know a way. I know a way through the human mechanism. I know a way. I learned it from God. And this is the same way Jesus went. That's why Jesus didn't mind dying. I mean, for me, Jesus was crying about dying because he had to leave his friends. He had to leave his family. The difference between me and my brother is the fact that he had family and friends. He had a lover. And for me, I feel like he was crying because he had that lover. He had them friends. He didn't want to leave them because they had just started getting good. They had a good time on their little journey, you know. I think he was crying for that because in this mechanism, it teaches you not to fear death. It's just a breath away. Y'all didn't hear that, though. It's just a breath. It's just a breath. No matter how bad the tragedy event is, no matter how bad the ending was, no matter how bad it looked, it was just a breath away. God gonna be right there to take your soul. God gonna be right there. When they finna plug you up and torture you to death, God gonna be right there to take you out of that vessel. He might even leave the vessel on manual mode, and they think they really torture you to death. But I know for a fact, my Father gonna be right there to get you out of that vessel. He gonna take your soul. So it's no reason to fear death. That's what the aliens and the Martians was trying to tell us. Why are we fearing death? It's just a breath away. I know, because I had too many traumatic experiences. At least 5 or 6, or 4 to 6 at least. Most of them was breathing because of the way I breathe. I told you when I was in the jailhouse, they had people looking over me. And I asked God, I said, who are these people? Because they ain't supposed to be watching over me. He said, I said, they angels? He said, no. He said, no, they ain't angels. But they still had to watch over me, though. But some of them was, though, I think. Some of them was. How could we even get in these positions, y'all? I mean, I think y'all got trapped in it like I got. Some of y'all, I think y'all got trapped in it like I got pulled in it. I got a lot I want to say about that, but I'm gonna keep it to myself because I might break ground if I start talking about that. That's why I be trying to get off social media, because these new downloads, even though I know what the Father's saying, these new downloads, I would rather be able to talk to somebody else beside me, but I know that ain't right with God. So I kind of I ain't really detached from the other side, but I detached in a way where I don't hear all them downloads. Because they download that will rewarp this situation, like this crippled situation we in. It's easy fix when you listen to these downloads, but when you hear these downloads, it's just on such a scale. It's simple though, bro. It's like, how the hell did we look over this? We too distracted, y'all. Too distracted out there. Anyway, peace and love.